Okay, so where we left it last night, there was a little issue with deploying it via Truffle, and I did get to deploy. Let me show you here. As you can see, it did do the deployment. Remember, I did have to change the deployment contract to include values, the constructor values. And basically, I verified that there were accounts that it was using that had Ethereum in it, so it could, use the gas, have gas to actually do the deployment. So what's interesting is when I'm looking at these things, the gas use and the gas price for one of the other ones, which is Metacoin, it used whatever that is, 28,665 gas and a total cost of 0.0057 Ethereum. And our contract actually used less, which surprised me a little bit, but very close. And of course, the simpler contract used very little. So the more complex the contract, as you would expect, the more it's going to cost to do your migration. And so now we have it migrated. So the next thing to do is we need to, I wanted to play a little bit with the boxes, because I think we looked at them before, but real quick. I think this, what is it, Control D? Yeah. So the one I'm looking at is this one here. We're going to try the React one. They also have and let's have a look at it. React was updated actually last week, so it's real brand new. And we're going to do Truffle Unbox React, but we need to make sure you're in new and empty directory. So let's do that here. And you can see so let's make and I'm going to go into provider, and I'm going to do the command that they specify, and hopefully make sure you can see it. It is under this, so let's move that up. Okay. So what we want to do is Truffle Unbox React. See what we got here. I may need to use a sudo. I'm hoping I don't. Sometimes it gets funny like this. And downloading. Don't know if it's going to like it. And we've already deployed our contracts. So now we don't need to, I don't think we need to worry about, and it did it. So let's see what we got here. Client, Well, that's interesting. So it's going to do another truffle config. It's going to create a whole new thing. Yeah. So this is very interesting. What it does do and this is so this does not seem to, this particular this particular file does not seem to be directly related to the app. Let's look at this. And let's look at okay. So here's where it gets interesting. This is where it is actually getting the contract. So what it does, this is the key file here. In terms of, this is where it's actually looking at the contract itself. So notice this, it gets the network ID, next the deployed network, gets the instance of that contract. So now once you have the instance, now you can do all kinds of stuff like set the state, this run example. Wait, contract method set. So constant accounts contract is set to this dot state, contract methods. So stores a given value. So this is actually running the method set and then sending it, and it's waiting a contract method get, and it's waiting a response, and it sets the state. So this is the principles that we would use in order to talk to our existing contracts. So why don't we actually run this and see what happens. Okay, we're in provider. And see if it's going to like that. It could get a little funny. Let's make sure that Ganache is happy. Oh, I know the problem. Let's fix this. We need to, before we do anything, oh no, not that. And actually, it is set correctly. Let's see if it's gonna do. There we go. And see if this is going to work. Aha. You can see here the port it's looking at. I don't know if you can see that because I was moving things around. Yeah. Let's move this back up here. So you can, it looks like we got the wrong one. All right. Let's look at this again and give you the right one. There we go. Okay, you can see here that it was looking for the wrong port, so we need to go in and fix that. See where it's thinking that it's the wrong port. So let me double check truffle config, but we just checked that that is set correctly. All right, so let's look at the migrations. So where is the okay, it does not like, it's finding that even though we have going to the correct port. Okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to open up the created. I'm gonna update the, let's see, what has to be done is I'm gonna see if I can put the truffle config from the one we know works, which is here, and I'm just going to copy this, I think. I think that's the easiest thing to do. Copy this truffle config. And oh. Now, that hopefully will, I basically copied the config file we were using into here, since we know that that works. Okay. So we need to change that. And we're gonna get rid of this compiler thing for this one. Or we can, let's do, well, for now, let's do the easiest thing is to just let it use whatever compiler it wants to use. All right. Oh, okay. Okay, so it did it. Now, what they tell us to do here in the instructions of getting started with this is we need to create a separate, in the client directory, okay. In the client directory, we run the, it did say, okay, so we're gonna, I think we can do this in the same, here's our client. Again, this is a Node.js, npm run start, and what does it not like? npm run start. Okay. So we need to go to another client. We're going, well, yeah, because they're going to, it looks like what it wants is to, okay. Why does it not like this? See if it likes that. That, my guess is that's the problem. All right, this wants to be run, let's see. Wants to be run as in sudo. Okay. Now let's try this. Should be able to run it now. I hope. Run start. React scripts not found. Something. I'm going to take their advice and just go into another terminal. I don't think that's going to matter. Let's see. We need go back here to that's the problem. Let's see if this will do it. Now what I'm trying to do is install the node modules, and I think that's what it's complaining about. That it doesn't have the code behind the client. So we're gonna just let this do this and come back when it's done. So I did install the appropriate node modules, and I ran into two issues. The first one was it kept giving me, let me see if I can scroll this down a little bit so you can see. Kept giving me this issue where the system limit for file watches, it would not start the server. So what I had to do is actually, I followed this article here, and I had to add a parameter here for max user watches, restart the system, restart everything, and that did work. The other issue I'm running into seems to be a bug in their generated script, which is giving me, let's see if it's coming up here. Oh, no, that was one of my, here. It doesn't like something about the account. So that is a bug I'm going to have to work through, because this is something we'll probably see in a lot of contracts. And so that's where we are now. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. If it has, then please give a like. Please subscribe. Please ring the bell to get notified. And please share it with your friends. It looks like there's something, this was recently updated, and something is not working exactly right with this, React application here. And so that's something we're going to have to look into and understand. Anyway, thank you again, and I will speak to you next time.